It is an important opportunity for all of us to look back and say 2022 had been a year that we have set out certain objectives and goals, and we managed to pull through trying times. This year, 2023, promises to be bigger and better for the South African National Defence Force, with different plans and programs that are already underway. Amongst them, this program that had brought us here today. I hereby wish to say that in our journey to greatness, this division has a very important role to play. This is a huge contribution towards making our journey to greatness a success, because we have proclaimed that we want a defense force that is disciplined. Much as I keep on saying that discipline is the mother of victory, I want to take this opportunity, Adjutant General, though humble as you are, don't try to downplay the significance of this event. He also tried to sweet-talk me not to attend, because he said this is a very small program. And I respectfully objected this narrative. Guess he was not convincing in his argument, and as a lawyer, I thought, he keeps on telling me, if you are in trouble, I'll take you out of Kosimampuru. But his argument was not convincing, and I told him, I will attend this program. So once again, Adjutant General, thanks very much for allowing an infant here, an operator, a gunner, to tell you that with due respect, my learned friend, I am going to defy you. So, but again, I really appreciate the humility with which you also accepted that I should come and at least honor the promise that I made last year to say I might not have had the legal background, but when this program starts, I want to start with them, and hopefully I will walk the walk and run the race with them until the end of the race. I am shying away from using the term pupil, because I had those who are acquainted with this profession calling you people, because again they call it pupillage, and I said maybe that is related to that, but I'll refrain from calling you that, because tomorrow you are the ones who are supposed to instill discipline, and I want to remain a disciplined officer of the South African National Defence Force. So whilst you instill discipline by representing our members, do so knowing very well that the Chief of the National Defence Force is a disciplined officer of the National Defence Force. On behalf of the South African National Defence Force and the legal division in particular, it gives me great pleasure to welcome you all to the inaugural opening of the practical vocational training for aspirant advocates, which is to be offered here at the School of Military Justice. I was just crossing my fingers when the program director was saying he had been in the School of Military Justice for so long. I thought he was going to say, yeah, you see this general who's sitting here is also a product of of the School of Military Justice whilst he was doing military law. I'm not Mr. Herman. I did it once and I completed it. I hereby express my heartfelt gratitude to all of you for having set aside your busy and very demanding schedules in order to come and share with us this very important occasion, which kicks off yet another eventful year for the DoD with the starting of this program from tomorrow. Adjutant General and your division, I stand very proud of the hard work and the hours that you have invested over the past 4 grueling years. This wasn't very easy. For us, this was historic moment wouldn't have seen the light of the day. In order to comply and satisfy all the required administrative and institutional arrangements, indeed, you and your team went through all the stages of approval from the PDAC, that is the Plenary Defense Staff Council, internally, and subsequently the Legal Practice Council in 2022. Our gathering here today is mainly to witness the unveiling of the course that is a first of its kind in our military. They call it the privilege program, but correctly called practical vocational training for aspirant advocates. The School of Military Justice has added another feather on its cap by acquiring yet another fully accredited program for the next 2 years. What excites me about this course is the fact that it is open to both civilian and uniform members, which will greatly expand the litigation capacity and capability of the DoD. Furthermore, it open to also accommodate other government department members of the public and the young people who are currently from disadvantaged communities in pursuance of our social responsibility. Much as we keep on saying, we are of the people and we are from the people, and therefore we owe it to our people, and we are obligated to continue to plow back and contract the social contract and social compact that we have with the people of South Africa to say we will journey with you to greatness. I'm pleased that today we have got Mrs. Sikhobela from Limpopo, and I would like to congratulate Ms. Sikhobela and Mr. Arsi Metula, who actually indicated that he would like to take a pause and rejoin, but we really feel that this, our first beneficiaries of this DoD outreach program, is a sign to say we will always stick to what we have said, to be of the people. The students in our midst today, which they are referred to as pupils, will be accommodated at the school for theory work until May this year, after which they will be incubated into various bar associations for further practical learning under trusted and well-experienced mentors until mid-December 2023. With this course, we want to establish a unique training ground for advocates in the modern era. The aim is to professionalize the core of the military lawyer's profession, to be admitted as attorneys or advocates that will be able to represent the department in High Court. Ladies and gentlemen, rest assured that the admission of candidates was a transparent and fair process, which included interviews that were facilitated by a panel of 5, 2 senior members from the DOD Secretariat, Mr. Nick Sandel, and Advocate Boysen. Advocate Mse, a practicing advocate from Pabasa, Mrs. D. Livisi, a practicing attorney from Livisi Attorneys, and the Adjutant General himself. The Adjutant General and Mrs. Livisi went, and Advocate and Mrs. Livisi went on to alternate in the chairing of the 2-day interviews to ensure that integrity of the process remains professional and uncompromised. I'm informed that besides the Legal Practice Council curriculum for this course, the DOD further added 3 more modules, which are leadership, law of armed conflicts, and military court practice. This move is essentially informed by our quest to establish pockets of specialists on national security issues that will be able to represent government departments in High Court, particularly on matters that may have national security implications. Ladies and gentlemen, about every aspect of our daily life, from the cradle to the grave, is regulated to a lesser or greater degree by the laws of our country. Whether it be from drawing up a will or a contract to appearing in a civil or criminal court. Since not everyone is versed or trained in law, the legal profession is there to assist all members of our society in this regard. In the private sector, we have got 2 basic kinds of legal practitioners. They are traditionally referred to as either advocates or attorneys, under the new Legal Practice Act 28 of 2014. Accordingly, as the South African National Defence Force is part of the South African society, it therefore becomes imperative to align our internal legal processes with that of the supreme law of our country, the Constitution of the country, by not just ensuring conformity, but we must also make certain that justice is not only done, but must also be seen to be done at all levels. In his famous speech, The Traditions of the Bar, the late Lord Denning emphasized fairness as being the main guiding principle of a great advocate who, he said, must alert the court to the jurisprudence that is in the interest of justice. Lord Denning went further to state that, I quote, "Every member of the bar knows how essential it is to be fair. The country demands it. The judges require it." Close quote. With this course, we seek not to just only attract a new breed of legal practitioners, but primarily build on the gains that the institution has accumulated over years by forging forward in ensuring that we in the South African National Defence Force continues to be a fit for purpose force, which is a nation's pride. We in the DOD look forward to solidifying already existing relations with Pan-African Bar Association of South Africa, Tshwane Society of Advocates, and the Free State Bar, and other societies of advocates. I acknowledge these legal entities mainly because of the road that we have traveled together in seeing this process through. Our relations will continue post this stage to a point of incubation for further research and on-the-job training. Ladies and gentlemen, I impress upon all legal practitioners in the Department of Defense to take advantage of this opportunity for both the departmental and personal career gain. Fellow soldiers, always take into cognizance that without discipline, as I say, discipline is the mother of victory. The South African National Defence Force will be a group of people wearing the same color attire. Always remember that your measure is not found in how much time you have on this earth, but what you do with the time that you have. I strongly believe that the candidates for this course will change the complexion of the School for Military Justice and by extension the entire military law within the DoD, starting this year with this group. As I conclude, I congratulate the institution for this remarkable achievement. To all those who worked behind the scenes to make this vision a reality, I thank you for your resilience and commitment in staying true to the cause. With those words, I wish you all everything of the best for this year. Let us work even harder to take the South African National Defence Force to even greater heights. I now formally declare course the practical vocational training program officially open. I thank you.